everyone, it's Imogen. Welcome or welcome back to Colouring Kid. I hope you're all doing well. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing something that's not directly colouring related, but it definitely could be. I'm going to be sharing all of my stationery and art supply bits that I picked up whilst I was away in Devon and Norfolk over the Easter holidays. I am pre-recording this, so hopefully this can go up when I'm back at uni. I want to make sure that there's some content for you because in the past I've been really bad at that, and it is an 8-week term, so I would like to make sure that there are things still up for you. But like I said, it's not directly colouring related, but it definitely could be. And I know that when I've shared stationery things in the past in hauls, some of you have always been interested in seeing things. So it probably won't be a particularly long video, but it's just showing you some of the ways that these things could be used as well in colouring projects. So I'm going to start with the things from Devon. I went to Devon for a week with Marcel, my boyfriend, to go and see my grandparents and stay with them. I haven't been for about 3 years, and there are shops that I love going to when I'm in Devon that are just absolutely lovely. If you are around the area, I would definitely recommend going to a shop called Gazebo in Totnes and Paperbird Island, which is now relocated to Kingsbridge. They're the two main ones, and yeah, I think they're just so beautiful. Gazebo is a gift shop, Paperbird Island has art supplies, and also you can do craft projects there. So Marcel and I did a decoupage session, and I will share what I made. Actually, I've got it here when we get to the Paperbird Island stuff, but I'll just get started. So I picked up a couple of washi tapes at Gazebo. These are ones that I haven't had before. One of them is an MT tape, which are the ones that I'm most familiar with, and I see them sometimes and I pick them up, and I love adding to my collection. And I just thought these elephants were so adorable, and this is a collaboration with Susu, and I don't think I've had any of the collaboration ones from this company before. I thought they were gorgeous. Gazebo always have really unusual ones as well. And then this is a Maste washi tape, and I loved this one because it's neon and it's got this really nice crisscross design. Then I have a few cards. I got a lot of cards actually when I was away, and I just like the idea of having them as miniature pieces of artwork that I could frame and just put around where I'm living. I do that a lot at Oxford. I have a pin board and I put cards up by my desk, which I just really like. I got this card from Gazebo, which I thought was really cute and beautiful, and this is by an artist that I hadn't heard of before, Cecile Berube. I'm assuming she's a French artist, but I thought that was really cute, especially with the badger and the hedgehog. I love that. I'm gonna have to be quite careful about putting these down. And then I also got this handmade turtle card from Sulcom. It was from a pop-up shop with lots of handmade stuff, and so I got this, which I thought was beautiful. I have a thing for turtles, I really love them, and I thought that was gorgeous. Also from Gazebo, we have something that I actually picked up before many years ago, and I didn't think they still sold this, but I was really pleased that they did. This is kind of in their kitchenware section, but I used to use this all the time to pack up my orders for my stationery shop, and it's lovely, kind of like greaseproof paper, vellum style of paper, and it just is really beautiful. You get so many sheets for the price, which is great, and love the design. It reminds me very much of Orla Keeley. and I'm so glad to finally have some more, because I've basically used my whole other packet and I didn't think that I would be able to get any again. So yeah, that's that. So now I'll move on to the paper bird island stuff. So I'll show you what I made first of all. Marcel's got his at home, so I can't show you his. He made a box and used loads of lovely different papers, which was gorgeous. And I did this butterfly. So the idea is with decoupage, if you've never done it before, it's like a paper mache brown item to begin with, and then you can go over with some glue and this paper, which is very thin, it's like tissue paper, and you just rip it up, put a bit of glue down, put the paper on, and then seal it with the glue again, so you can see it's kind of a bit shiny. But I spent ages doing the base layer, which was this paper here, and then I cut out loads of extra bits, all of the gold bits, and put it on to make it look like the eyes of the wings. And then on the back here I added loads of gold. This is more like crepe paper, this, it wasn't actually decoupage paper on the back. So I was really chuffed with that. And I will also show the painting that I did in my completed pages. I know it's not directly colouring related. I'll show it again here. I'm not sure which video will be up first. I also did this painting, which also has the butterfly theme, coincidentally. Marcel and I did a painting session, and I got these really small canvases from Flying Tiger for £2 each, and my plan is to get 2 more of these and do another 2 butterflies. But I just used really cheap acrylic paint from Suster and Gren. I think when we originally got our painting stuff a few months ago, we got a brush set, a 12 set of small acrylic paints, just basic colours, for about £8, and then 3 big tubes, a white, a pastel purple and a pastel pink, and they were probably about £2-3 each. And then yeah, we bought the canvases and a small palette. So we have all of the stuff, and it was Marcel's idea actually to do it originally, and yeah, we did some more. So I absolutely love how this turned out. It's a peacock butterfly, one of my favourite butterflies, and it really did have an ugly phase to it at one point in the painting, and I didn't know how it was going to turn out because I just put random bits of colour everywhere and I hadn't gone in with any of the detailing, and I was quite worried about how it was going to turn out, but I really love how it's turned out in the end. So anyway, I thought I would just share that as well, because I did do that in Devon. But yeah, this is the paper bird island stuff. So I did get a card also from the artist who owns the shop. These really beautiful birds. I actually have 3 of the cards in a frame, which I'm looking at right now, which is on my wall, and another postcard which I got. But yeah, I love it. And her name is Alice Oldson. You can follow her on Instagram. But she's done all of the art, and she's painted all the walls in the shop, and she used to have a shop in Sulcom, and then it relocated to a different place in Sulcom, and now it's in Kingsbridge. I love it. It's such a fun place, and her artwork's gorgeous. So I wanted to support her in these little ways that I could. I also got this little sketchbook, which was £3, and I thought this would be great for just scribbling colour palettes or doing really rough testing of pencils and things, and when I don't want to do it in my bullet journal. It is blank, so that's probably what I'm leaning towards. The paper's not thick enough that I would do watercolours or drawings or anything like that in here, but it's on the sea white paper, and it is nice paper. But yeah, I loved it because it's got gold foiling on it, which I haven't seen before in her other products, so I got that because I wanted to support her a little bit. And I also got these, which I've always looked at and have never bought, and I really wanted to get some. So the idea with these is that they are greeting cards, and you can colour them, decorate them any way you want, and then send them to people. And then you can hang them like a decoration if you want to, or you could send it to someone like this and then they can decorate it. So I know that some people actually do these in the shop, so they'll buy it and then they'll decorate it there and then, and they can add sand and paper and paint and lots of stuff like that. So I got this gorgeous kind of tropical parrot bird, and then this robin, and I do regret not getting another one, but I can't wait to do this for Christmas. I'm really hoping that I can this year. I just think it's really gorgeous. I might back it onto some thicker cards so that it lasts a lot longer. Although I don't know, the card might be thick that it's printed on, so I'll have to see. But these are lovely. They're £4.50 each as well, so not even that much more than what you would pay for a normal card. I mean, some of the rifle paper cards that I've bought in the past are so expensive. So the fact that you can have fun decorating it yourself as well, I think is a really nice touch. So yeah, that's those. On the same theme of cards, there's a gorgeous shop called Whistlefish as well, which over the past few years or so I haven't been kind of as into the cards. A lot of them with the writing on I'm just not that keen on, and I did find myself leaning more towards the wrapping papers and things like that when I was making stickers, but I actually wasn't too keen on the wrapping papers this time around going, but I loved the cards, and they do a deal which is absolutely incredible. It's 10 cards for £10, which I just can't get over, and it's on any of the cards. So they have luxury cards, which are most of the ones, all of them in fact, the ones that I picked out, as well as any of the others, so like birthday cards, anniversary cards, that sort of thing. So I picked up 10, and I got doubles of a couple because I thought I can keep one and send one. A lot of these I'll be keeping to put up eventually in wherever I live. But these ones I thought were beautiful, not only to have but also for the colour palettes to use in a colouring page. I thought that would be really fun. I love these. I can't work out whether they're meant to be moths or butterflies, but they are gorgeous nonetheless. Then I have this Sulcom one. They had tons of these with all different places in Devon and Cornwall, because I think Whistlefish is also in Cornwall. I got the Sulcom one, and I got doubles of these, as I said. And then the other 5 cards I got were these luxury cards with animals on them, and I thought it would be really nice to frame them. My idea is to frame 3 flying animals next to each other, so I'm going to do the kingfisher, the robin and the bee all together. I think that would be really cute. And then I also have the stag and the mouse and the tulip, the dormouse. That was so cute. Yeah, I just thought these were really sweet and vintage, and I love those. So they were the cards. I also have a few more to share with you from Devon. So I also got these cards from Whistlefish. These tins are incredibly good value, so you get 15 notelets for £7.50, and you also get the envelopes with them, and you get the tin. And the thing that I loved about this tin was that it was quite nice and small, and also it didn't have any writing on the front, because I have bought tins in the past. I've got a lovely Whistlefish one, but it has like Cornwall or something written on it, and I just prefer the plain designs. So when I saw this, I thought it was really lovely, and obviously when I finish using the notelets, it's a gorgeous tin to have as well. So like I said, you get 15 notelets. They're all blank inside as well, which is a major bonus, because sometimes you get the writing in them and then you can't use them for every occasion. So you've got to have this design, this one. They're all along a similar vein, which I really like. That's probably my favourite. This one and this one. So you can also order these online, so Whistlefish will deliver as well. So I'm not sure outside the UK if they do, but if you're interested, you can go to Whistlefish. Yeah, so they are those. So Marcel and I, Marcel in particular, really love collecting old books, and whenever we come across a secondhand bookshop, we always take a look. And Marcel bought quite a few actually. I bought one, which I've been eyeing up for a while, in an Oxford shop. Well, it was a different book from this series, but it was still along the same vein with this gorgeous elephant embossed on the front. But in the shop it was about £12. I was like, oh God, I don't know if I can quite stretch to that, especially on a student budget. I know that old books like this, which are really beautiful, are an investment, I know that. I've managed to find this one, I think for £6, and this is a Rudyard Kipling book. I love the spine. The elephant, just absolutely stunning. Funnily enough, it was originally in foils, I think. And there's just some really lovely designs in the front as well here. I may eventually read it, never know, but it's more just the aesthetic of having these and having a little shelf of them. I really like. And I've also seen, and I'm going to show you something in a second, an artist on Instagram called Riley Sheehy, and she has taken old books and she's painted the covers so beautifully. I don't know if she's then gone on to sell them, but they are absolutely beautiful, and I would really like to do that with some books. I nearly bought a secondhand copy of Emma, but I just think I need to find covers that are, it was a blank cover, and what I would quite like is if they had the writing of the book on the front already, so that I have something to work with. But some of the stuff she's done is gorgeous, and I would really like to do a few of those as a project. I think that could be really fun. My skills are not the best. You have to have a very delicate hand for things like that if you want to make them nice and detailed, but I think acrylic paint would work. Maybe gouache, I don't know, but that's really gorgeous, and I'm very glad to have that. I'll show you something that I didn't actually get in Devon or Cornwall. Devon or Norfolk, but this was my Easter present, and these are the Riley Sheehy postcards. What am I on about? Sorry, I can't speak today. The playing cards that she has decorated. So she did a project where she had painted every single card in a deck, hand painted them, and then she turned them into prints, and then she released them as this deck of cards, and they're just stunning. They are expensive, not gonna lie, for a deck of cards they are expensive, but when you think about the time and effort that's gone into each of these, and then they've been released as a set, it is amazing. And if you wanted to, you could get one of these and then make them into cards. You could stick them onto a blank card and send them to people, but they came all the way from America. My parents got them for me, and I absolutely love them. I saw the process of so many of these on her Instagram. She just has such a delicate hand, and they're really beautiful. That's one of my favorites. And I thought these would also be great, not only for colour inspiration for my pages, but also just for how to colour things. You know, we've got inspiration for some different shells and things like that, but also I love that she's done things and then added all of these borders. They're just so inspirational, and I think they are so beautiful. And then my parents have also bought me this one as a print for my birthday, because I didn't want to take one of the cards out of the deck and frame it myself, because then the deck's not complete, and I probably won't let anyone near these to actually play, because people always end up bending my cards when we play cards, and I just want to keep them really, you know, nice and pristine and just have them to look at as pieces of artwork. But I would definitely recommend checking her Instagram out, and if you're a fan of collecting different sets of playing cards, I know some people are, I would definitely recommend checking these out. As I said, they are coming from America. They are £30 for the set. So I'm very, very grateful to have these, and they are beautiful. So that's those, little novelty thing. Then they had so many Oxfam shops in Devon. This is the last thing I'm going to show you from Devon now. But these I'd seen in Oxford, and they were about, well, they were £8, and at the time I was like, oh no, I won't get them now. If they ever go on sale, I may pick them up, and they did. So these are hand printed squares of paper, which I thought would be beautiful, not only for creating cards but also for stickers and things like that. This in particular is one of my favourite designs, and the thing is with these packs, they're always a random selection of the papers, so you can never guarantee which ones you're going to get, and I liked different papers in each set, and I was just like, if I just pick one, and that one I just loved. I also really like this purple one with the gold. I'm not really sure I'm going to be able to show you much of it, and I'm not going to be able to, so I don't want to bend them. But you get 10, and they're just really nicely stored like this. Very simple packaging, but I'm looking forward to using those for various craft projects. Okay, so now moving on to Norfolk. I didn't get as much, definitely. We were only there for 3 days, so we didn't go to as many places, but they had some beautiful shops that I'd never seen before. Obviously because I've never been, but also they were all independent shops, whereas I find in Devon there are a few more shops that you've heard of, especially on the main Totnes High Street. There's Superdrug and Oxfam and things like that. There's one thing I have to show you which is not stationery related whatsoever, but I have to show you because I'm genuinely so excited by this. So this is a really cute little bear that I got from a shop called Make Holt. I think they have a postcard. Yes, they do. They gave me a postcard show you the shop, and it was a really beautiful shop that had so many handmade things from different local artists and creators and things like that. You can actually, so Sally Nencini, I think her name is, you can order these online, and I did go online and I was very, very pleased to find out that I had definitely got the cutest thing in my opinion. But there were a couple of different ones, and there was one with a pink sweater as well, but this one just the face and everything I just absolutely love. It was adorable, and I've decided to call him Humbug. So yeah, I just think he's so cute. And yeah, just he's more of kind of a display thing. I think if I was to try and hug him too hard, it'll literally come apart. I've got to be careful with these little arms, but so cute. I absolutely adore him. Then I have from a little art shop, an art gallery, some Cherries. My mum got a set and I got a set, so we couldn't decide between the two, and so my mum was like, well, you get one and I'll get one. They were sold individually, but you can just tell by looking at these that they are a set, and I love them. My mum got a set with darker wood, and I got these ones with kind of a lighter wood. There were some that were even lighter than this, but I really like this one. I love the stripes, and I love that in a certain light I don't think it's going to show up at all, but they kind of almost look pink on the top in a certain light, which I really love. They're very delicate, but this and the bear, they were kind of my two main things that I got from this trip that I really love. Again, I just love collecting these little bits of artwork. I'm like, oh my gosh, when I have my own space, I'm basically set with all of my decorative things. So they are my Cherries. Then we went into a secondhand bookshop. I didn't actually end up getting a secondhand book, but I thought it would look beautiful with the small collection that Marcel and I are kind of growing now. And it's The Tailor of Gloucester, Beatrix Potter, but it's a beautiful cover. And this was created specifically as a limited edition set for the House of the Tailor of Gloucester, which I thought was so cool. And you can see that there were only 1,000 printed. It has gold on the pages, and it's just so beautiful. It's got like a fabric cover, and this, if you can believe, it was only £2.50, so I couldn't quite believe that. My mum also got one, and I just think it's so pretty, so pretty. Another decorative little thing I got was something by the company East of India. I love East of India, and there are always things that pop up in shops that I've never seen before that they've created, and I know instantly it's East of India, the company, but and it always clicks, but sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't realise that they did stuff like that. This is a hand painted, I think it's meant to be a bowl, but I don't think I'd ever put things in it. I think it's too pretty, and I just would like to have it as a decorative piece. But this is a hand painted wren, and I know that it is because there were two others in the shop and they were nowhere near as cute as this one. But they are all hand painted, just really, really cute on some wood. So can I have that? And then just a few more arty bits to show you, really. There was an antique shop, this really cute antique shop in Burnham Market, which had an art supplies shop attached to it. So I got a couple of things from there. I got these beautiful gift tags, I just thought were stunning. And again, really nice colour palette as well, vintage colour palette, which I would like to try and recreate. And then I got this card, which is one of those pop-up cards where the front comes forward, the scene comes forward, and then you can write on the back. Obviously I'm not going to use it as an actual card, I want to keep it as a piece of artwork to have up, but I thought that was beautiful as well, and so delicate and detailed. Isn't that just beautiful? And then another shop we went to, I can't remember the name, but it was just randomly, we drove past it on the way to the beach, and it had lots of different things. It had a little homeware, kitchenware section, it had this stationery section, a kids section, and I got a few things. So they were selling these individual gift bags, which I thought would be beautiful to put little presents in for people. If I got some jewellery or just something small that needed to go in a bag, I like getting these sorts of things. I think they're really pretty, just topped off with you know, folding it over and putting a nice sticker on. And the strawberries, I can't get over strawberries, I just love that. I got another card. This is by Gemma Kuhlman, and she had so many cards in the shop, most of which I thought were really beautiful, but I liked this because it reminded me partly of the Joanna Basford pictures, especially in World of Flowers, where there are separate flower images. I'm thinking of kind of the gardening one, the big gardening double page spread, but I also just like the illuminated manuscript vibe of this. I don't know, with all of the different little images and the different colour palettes that all just go together so well. So I really loved that. And the final thing I got, I'm very excited about. This is one of my favourite companies, along with Rifle Paper, Cambridge Imprint. This is Wanderlust. I don't think you can see fully because the gift tags are covering it, but it's Wanderlust Paper Co. And I didn't realise that my mum had actually bought these already, and I had no idea that they even existed, because again, I've only seen the gift cards, the birthday cards and things, and I've received quite a few over the years, but these are luxury gift tags, as they call them, and you get 2 of each design, which I'm very happy about, because I have a thing about having doubles and liking things too much. So I'm really glad that there are 3 different designs and you get 2 of each. So all these purple flowers, the pink and the daisies. So yeah, they're stunning. Again, I just love the packaging as well, and the way that they come with the string as well, all ready to go. So that's everything that I have to share with you. I know it's a little bit of a different video, it's not going to be for everyone, that's totally fine, but I didn't really have anything else to share with you that's colouring related, so I thought I'll just do this video separately, and then when my YouTube money comes in and I spend that on my colouring books, I will do a separate video. So that's my plan. So this, I know, you know, it won't be a cup of tea, but if you did enjoy and you did watch, thank you so much, and I'd love to hear from you down in the comments. It really means a lot when you know, you kind of long-term supporters of mine still watch other videos that might not even be related content to colouring necessarily, but yeah, it really means a lot that you stick around and watch it. So thank you so much for watching. Take care everyone, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.